We all saw what happened here last week. There's no need to go over it. Max Rutan has absolutely lost his mind. He's got it into his head somehow that there's some conspiracy between me and Johnny Justice and putting him before the needs of Max Rutan. I don't know where this has come from. I don't know why it came, but it led to what happened last week, and I am pissed. It's a miracle that I'm even here. Speaking of being here, Johnny Justice, I don't know when he's coming back. He's definitely not going to be competing tonight, so that's 3 points now have to be forfeited in tonight's tournament round. It is an absolute joke. It's a disgrace. I don't know how he's being allowed to get away with it, but at the moment it seems that there's nothing I can do. I'm going to have to sit down and speak to Spike Jackson and try and get this thing straightened out. But yes, no Johnny Justice in the tournament tonight, so I'm sure Spike will be happy. Prince Jackson picks up a free win, but for us it's unacceptable. It really is. It shouldn't be happening, and well, I've got to go back, recover while Johnny recovers, because obviously I'm no longer the representative of Rutan and have to plan my next move. I just wanted you all to know that Johnny is not in any kind of condition to compete tonight. Wow, explosive start to the show. Welcome to the show, guys. My name is Rich. This is RR37 and it's another episode of our alternate universe mode here in WWE2K19. It is a big week, probably lots of repercussions for the things that Stephen York was just talking about and other things that have been going on in the previous weeks. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope that you are too, wherever you are watching from. I hope that you're well, as well as all repercussions and fallouts from the previous weeks. Guys, whoa, we've got Robinson in the ring at the moment, so we're going to have to hold that thought. Let's see what's on his mind right now. For those of you who think that I am happy, well, you're absolutely right, because did you see the state of the main event of Raw last week? Dixon Armstrong, I mean, you call me out? After that performance last week, Stud Rivers ran straight through you with next to no effort at all, and you think that you can step to me. I have been the absolute opposite of unable to sleep through fear. I just cannot stop myself laughing right now. It's insane that you've even accepted this challenge, although having said that, you accepted the original challenge, but me and Buster, we have been waiting all week for your response, and well, we haven't had one to you accepting the stipulation. And again, I go back to last week, I don't blame you for it. I mean, I wouldn't want to fight me either, and that's on my best day. It's pretty clear to me and to everyone that was in the arena and everybody that watched the show last week, you're nowhere near your best day, Dixon. You know what, franchise? I have to give it to you. You're absolutely right. I am nowhere near on top of my game right now. And do you know why? Do you know whose fault that is? That is your fault. all of this stuff surrounding me at the moment, as if I've not got enough on my plate. It needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be dealt with soon. Alright, okay, so it's my fault. When I wasn't even in the arena last week, it is my fault that once again you embarrassed yourself in front of all of these people. I mean, it is so easy to see why they relate to you. You're all a bunch of idiots. You're never going to do anything with your lives. You're not winners. You are losers. You know what? Keep talking that crap, because that is just going to be getting me more and more fired up. Yeah, I might have lost a stud last week, and yeah, these people like me. I'm happy about that. What's going to happen to you when we fight? You're going to see a completely different side of Dixon Armstrong. The side that is just absolutely sick to death of you. See, that's where you're wrong, Dixon. That's where you're wrong. Because the Dixon Armstrong that I'm going to see when we fight is the finished Dixon Armstrong. You can't handle the guys on this roster who not one of them could lay a glove on me. I'm going to absolutely end Dixon Armstrong. You know, every time you grab a mic you spit the same old crap time in and time out. We've heard it all before. Nothing original coming from you here. You know, I can't wait for this fight. You think you're so funny, so big, so bad, so strong. But I've said this before, you can throw your best at me and I will beat you, or I will die trying. Those last few words that you just spoke there, Dixon, are the ones that since this whole thing began have made the most sense coming out of your mouth, because you will die trying, Dixon, because there is no way that you will beat me. And then the blood of George Blake will be on your hands. Listen, nobody knows what's going on between you and him. Even he does not know what's going on between you and him. There's no way that he can finish you, and he can finish this issue that you say is never going to end. So it is up to Dixon to do it. So I have a stipulation of my own as well. When I beat you, when all this is said and done, you have to leave George alone. Leave George alone. Do you know what, Dixon? I'm standing right here in front of you right now, and that stipulation is absolutely fine by me. Because there's just no way that you're ever going to get to implement that. You don't beat me. You don't seem to understand that. It's not an option for you. I'm going to absolutely destroy you. And then I'm going to go on and I'm going to run George Blake not just out of this company, but out of this industry and out of life in general. Now, all you have to do is agree to our stipulation. And when that's all said and done, then we fight. Guys, this issue has been going backwards and forwards since week 14 of this universe mode, and it shows no signs of slowing down right now. The hatred between these two is an issue that's within Robinson, that is embedded in him, that is against George, not Dixon, but George has now become the conduit for this hate, if you like. It's insane, really. It's gonna be some fight that between those two, absolutely, as long as in the end, after he's spoken to George, is what I guess he's holding this thing up at the moment, that Dixon either accepts that stipulation or doesn't. But we move on, because now coming to the ring we have got Cornerstone. More specifically, the new and improved Cannon Diamond is in the ring tonight. Last time we saw him, a couple of weeks out, he managed to get himself a huge win against an also improving Johnny Justice, who we have already heard is not even here tonight. That's nothing to do with Cannon, by the way. If you want to know what's going on with that whole situation with Stephen York, who we kicked the show off with, with Max Rutan, who's been with Stephen York since almost the very beginning of this universe of ours, and Johnny Justice. Well, that video where all of that happened is up on the channel now, and there's going to be plenty more too. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing right now, I feel like we're just beginning to hit our stride with this series. Hit that subscribe button, and when you do, make sure you just touch that bell as well so you get updated as soon as another episode drops. But yeah, back to this. Cannon Diamond, much improved, a lot more aggressive against Johnny Justice as well. Starting to believe in that strength of his, which I mentioned was going to be key for him. But this match couldn't have come at a worse time for him, because again, for me, this is the most mystifying, the most enigmatic, charismatic, and the most informed, hottest star on this roster right now. Hayabusa Kang is coming to the ring, and just when Cannon Diamond is starting to show improvement and self-belief, that could all be taken away from him very, very quickly tonight by this man, who is now beginning to do what he said he was going to do when he came here, and that was purge this universe of all the bad things in it. Just lately, nobody, it doesn't matter who they are, seem to be able to touch this guy. He's just he's on another level at the minute. I don't know where he's found it from, I don't know what he's done. I remember vividly in one match he was getting a kick in, as he usually does and used to do. Drops to a knee, prays to someone, wins that match, and has been untouchable ever since. So intriguing match this one, and one that could quite literally go either way. You look at them both in the ring, compare the two. Oh, neutral respect there from them, that's nice to see. Yeah, you look at them, and how on earth do you bet against Cannon Diamond in this match? But having said that, for me, although this is a nice start by Cannon at the moment, going straight to that strength and ground game, I still have to give the edge to HBK at the moment. It has to be said. He's just in too good a form, and every time he comes to the ring, we're like, this is probably the guy that stops him, this is probably the guy that stops him, and he just continues to win and win and win. If he'd have found whatever it is he'd have found in himself at the beginning, he's probably sitting top of the table in our championship tournament by now. I'm not sure, we have to update those tournaments, that league again, because I'm not sure if there's enough rounds left for him to automatically qualify now if he carries on winning. That's something that would be interesting to find out, and the same for Cannon as well. But if that is the case, they can still get into the knockout brackets by one of them being the wild card, and if that happens with the form that HBK is on at the moment, then I would have to make him probably the favourite for the entire tournament and to be our first ever champion right now. But he's got to get through Cannon at the moment. Cannon looked very, very impressive against Johnny Justice. It was a good match, that one, and he's looking impressive here again tonight. Just got that chin lock on HBK at the moment. He's obviously carrying a lot more muscle, a lot more weight, so he needs things to be at a more slow, methodical pace, and that's exactly where he's got it at the moment. Well, that was right until that jawbreaker to get out of that chin lock from HBK there. And look, you see the confidence in HBK now. He just went and stood right in the face of Cannon and threw that right hand. The size thing, I think he's over that now. Maybe that's what held him back at the very beginning. But he's proving to himself, as much as us, week in and week out, he can hang with the big guys here. And this universe, I've mentioned it before, the roster that we have right now, it is the land of the friggin' giants around here. Here we go, 1, 2, Cannon kicks out at 2 there. It's literally the land of the giants, and there's a couple of smaller guys in here, and it's obviously they had to take time to adjust, figure out what's going to work for them, and HBK's done that. But He's not looking great here as Cannon's got him up and he's spinning around, and this is a diamond display from Cannon Diamond there, and that could be all she wrote for HBK. But having said that, he got straight back to his knees. Cannon's cut him off, but it's got to be a little bit concerning for Diamond there that HBK was straight back up after taking that diamond display. But Cannon's not flustered at the moment, goes back to that strength, that game-changing strength that he possesses. And this is not where HBK wants to be, right in the middle of all of Cornerstone. And speaking of corners, Diamond just absolutely smashed the ribs of HBK there, right in the corner of that barricade. That has got to have done some big damage to HBK, and Diamond knows it. He's not wasting any time, bringing him back towards the ring, and then smash goes the face off the hardest part of the ring there. We don't normally see this out of Diamond, but I have to say it's impressive watching how he's growing as a competitor here in Universe, and he looks like he's going to go for that big right hand, but he's missed it. He's landed another one, but not the one that he was looking for, and HBK somehow is back in this. Or no, let's take that back. Commentator's curse there. Beautiful overhead belly to belly from Diamond, who is just keeping his foot on the gas right now. Look at the aggression from him here. He's looking like he's not going to be stopped tonight. I mentioned he's got a task on his hand, but it might be HBK with that task, and that task might be about to be... Wow, a 1 count. I was going to say that task might be about to be failed, but he kicked out at 1 after all of that punishment. But smart wrestling here from Cannon. Wherever he went and whatever he did on that week off that he had, he has come back and he's a changed man. He's dealing out big, heavy hitting offense and then slowing the pace right down to regain his breath. And we're going to see another diamond display from him here. And that surely is that now for HBK. Cannon has to go for the pin. For whatever reason, he's not doing that. That's a mistake. That could be a match costing mistake there. He wants to just dish out this little bit more punishment and make sure, but for me, HBK might have been done there, and it has cost him. I'll say that, but he's got the cover here. It's 1, it's 2, and it's another kick out by HBK, and Cannon's got to start. He must be frustrated right now, going for that neck crank. He has hit some of his biggest moves on HBK and just cannot put him away at the moment, and this is the frustration that lately people have been finding against Hayabusa. They can give him a good old kicking, but he's mentioned it before back in the early days, when he puts that war paint on, he will go through whatever he needs to go through to get the job done, and he's just delivered the dark matter to Cannon Diamond, and this could be it. It's 1, it's 2, can you believe it? No, Diamond's out, Diamond's out. As big a move as that is, and as effective as it's been for Hayabusa, Diamond's just not really took much punishment in this match, if we're being honest. But that could have been a big turning point there. It looks like he's going to have to go through a little bit more punishment though before he can make that count. The Diamond's losing it here almost. He's just landing right hand after right hand. He keeps on looking for that winning shot, which he's not hit yet, and he's going to get another dark matter here. And now this really could be it this time. Oh, he's in the ropes. He had his foot in the ropes. Well, depending on whatever side of the coin you're on there, that is really lucky, unfortunate, or it is really good ring positioning. He is starting to lose his composure here though. He just missed a whole host of shots. Has landed the big throw though, and it's 1, it's 2, it's not 3, but after he landed that throw there, did you see him drop down to the 1 knee? He's starting to get gassed here a little bit, his Cannon. He's hit all of his big shots, but HBK is still right there with him. Proof of that is that body shot there. It even made Aiden Horton on the outside wince. And here he goes, that big DDT from HBK, and this could be it. It's 1, it's 2, and fair plays to Cannon there. You could see that he is starting to feel it in this match now, but has the heart to continue going. Nice judo throw from him there. Picks up Kang. What we're going to see next? It is going to be a third diamond display, and this could be curtains this time for HBK. Surely he doesn't get out of another one of those. But is Cannon going to go for the cover? At the moment, he's not in his right mind. And look at, by the time he regains his composure, Hayabusa was already on the move. And wow, can he hit this winning shot this time? Oh, he does. He does, and that's going to be that. It was a great display from Kang once again, but it's a 1 count, it's a 2 count, it's a kick out. No freaking way has he just kicked out of 3 diamond displays and a winning shot here at the moment. Oh my god, what is it going to take for Cannon to put him away? I cannot believe that, and I'm sure that Cannon can't either. He's trying to build his self-belief in there at the moment, probably trying to convince himself that he does have what it takes to get the job done here. But yeah, that might be a fading belief right now, as that inverted Olympic slam, we've seen Kang use that to pick up wins recently, and it might do it again here. It's 1-2, and it is 3. Oh my god, can you believe what you have just witnessed? Because I certainly can't. HBK has took an absolute pounding in that match. Cannon Diamond, literally, he made 1 mistake, which didn't cost him. After that, he made no more mistakes. But it didn't matter. Kang just kept kicking out and kicking out and kicking out. He kept fighting and fighting and fighting. And against all odds, he goes and picks up another win. He has literally just outlasted Cannon Diamond there, is what he did. He just kept taking those big shots, kept walking through them, kept making the choice to move forward, even in big adversity. And that heart and that desire, that will to continue on when things are going against you, is the very thing that picked up this man, HBK, a very unlikely yet impressive win tonight. Well done to HBK. Wow. Guys, I literally don't know what else to say about that. That was such an impressive display. And at the moment, I'll ask the question again. Who on the roster, in the form that this man is in, is going to stop him? I really don't know at this point. Maybe using the comments box, you guys can let me know who you think stops this man at the moment, because me, I really just don't know. I'm all out. Help me out here, guys. Use the comments. Who stops HBK right now? With that said, it is time to move on to everything else that has happened in the ring on this night. And we had a debutant, Harvey Danger. You might not have heard of him. It's his first week here. He has been around the back a while, and you can see from the picture, the guy looks a menace. He looks an absolute beast. Probably one of the best conditioned guys in this universe at the moment. He went on to win his debut against Triple H there. Unfortunately, another loss for him, but congratulations to Danger. I didn't even know that he was debuting this week. He's wanted to stay off the radar. I don't really know why. Didn't want the exposure, just wants to come in, get the job done and go home, I suppose. I don't really know. We don't know too much about him at the moment. But what we do know is he started his Universe life off with a win, which is great for him. And then in the second, well, this match was unbelievable. I wouldn't say it was as good as the Stud Rivers matches earlier in the Universe, because it wasn't really back and forth. It was just an absolute pounding from HBK, as you saw, at the hands of Diamond, yet he still somehow managed to walk through that and come away with the win. I mean, huge congratulations to him. I still don't know how he did it, but it was very entertaining. In other news, Hunter King beats A-List Born. The importance of that cannot be underestimated at the moment. Both of these guys quite high up in our tournament table, so That is a huge 3 points from Hunter King. It's back to the drawing board for A-List once again. He's a little bit up and down at the moment, but there is no shame in losing to Hunter. He's one of the better performers, I feel, in our universe. And then the man of the moment, Maximus Rutan, picks up a huge victory against Alpha Jackson, especially considering we have the rest of industry outside as well. Huge congratulations to Max. First time in a while he's not had Stephen York with him. He's now got to handle things outside of the ring as well as in them, which is something that he himself, if it is true and it's not something that Stephen York said, he's not great at doing that. He likes to just get in the ring and kick someone's ass basically. But he's got the job done tonight, and the reason that we're not watching how that unfolded is because, guys, history in the making. We have our first ever title match in this universe, and I cannot wait for it. But before we do go to it, we've got to go to Jacob, who has caught up with Dixon Armstrong backstage regarding, I'm assuming, what happened in the ring with Robinson earlier. So, sorry to keep you waiting, Jacob. Take it away. So, yes, I'm here with Dixon Armstrong, and I just wanted to ask Dixon, who doesn't even want to face the camera at the moment, what are your comments? Do you have any about the fact that Robinson basically has took the mick out of you in the ring tonight, walked past you as if you wasn't even there, at the end of you two going back and forth on the mic? And are you going to accept his challenge that he's now put out publicly and put that stipulation in the match, where if he does manage to beat you when you two fight at the end of this championship tournament at our second ever pay-per-view, our first ever WrestleMania, he gets George on his own in a match of his choosing? Are you going, Dixon Armstrong, to accept that challenge? First of all, Jacob, I just want to say that the reason that I can't look at the camera is nothing to do with you or any of the fans in the arena or anyone watching this. I just hate the franchise. I hate Robinson that much that I can't even bear to just knowing the fact that he can see me and he thinks that I'm talking to him. You want to disrespect me, I'll disrespect you. And as for taking the mick, and as for putting that challenge out there publicly, putting it in a place where you've not even given me the chance to talk to George about it, well, congratulations, franchise. You have got exactly what you want. You want me at the pay-per-view at WrestleMania with a one-on-one match against George Blake on the line. You've got it. You have absolutely got it, but you have no idea of what you have just done and what you are getting yourself into. And I've just been told, yes, that something has happened here backstage, and that there is George Blake. He's lying out cold at the moment. I don't know what has happened to him. It's obviously just happened. It looks as though it's the room where all of the productions took care of, and the curtain to the ringside area is just next to it. So I have to ask the question, has George been took out because he was on his way to the ring to address what Dixon's just said, and maybe even called Dixon out to have a discussion over it? I don't know, but what I do know is he's been laid out, and we have absolutely no answers to who's done it and why they've done it right now. We need to get him some help, that's all I do know. And while that's being dealt with backstage, it's kind of sad that we have to come to our main event, which is history in the making, guys. On a somber note, we have got coming to the ring right now Dregs Slater. He's not really had much of an impact, definitely not as much as I imagine that he would have liked in this universe so far, but things have kind of stalled out for him, and Cameron Oxley as well. It's not started great for him either. So these two, both of them have their own little story where they've been underestimated. They've had to come up the hard way, especially Dregs here. And they've decided to put that and use that energy to try and make a team here. It is completely a random thing that they're getting a tag title shot, or that the tag titles are even on the line tonight. I am guessing Spike as well, he's brought the tag titles into play. That's part of what he said was going to be his legacy as his run as GM. We've seen them, but they haven't been defended, so I'm assuming that that's obviously his call. I know that he said that a lot of these matches were still under Bayley's signing, but obviously Bayley didn't bring the tag titles to the fore, so this will definitely be one of Spike's, one of his decisions, and hopefully for him, his crew, the industry, can get the job done tonight and don't let him down. Here is Cameron Oxley now. Like I said, he's been a little bit of a false starter as well, the same as Dregs. Of course, everybody with Universe, as it is being so new at the moment, all came in and wanted to be the guy, you know, they wanted to be the man. Obviously, Dregs and Cameron come in a little bit later than the originals, but they've really struggled to get on that winning path and maintain that. So really, you've got to say it's a bit of an undeserved title shot in that respect, but then industry themselves have absolutely done just nothing to be tag champions either. So it's a bit of a weird one, this, but in general, for our universe, it's really good. Like I said, it is history. These four men will forever now be known as the four who started the title picture here in this universe of ours. And here they come now, the industry. Lightning Jackson at the front, Alex Charming to the left as you look at it, and on the right we have got Prince Jackson. Obviously no Alpha out here tonight. He's obviously had his match. Spike was with him as well. Came up a little bit short, didn't he, Alpha, against an irate at the moment Max Rutan. There's no shame in that, but there will be for industry 100%. So it's up to these guys tonight in the tag team picture now to go and put some respect back on the name of the industry, and they look ready, it has to be said. Prince has been hot lately. He has been really hot, so he's picked up one win already tonight by way of forfeit. Just updating you as to why there's two matches tonight that have not been in our championship tournament. Max Rutan absolutely destroyed Johnny Justice last week in an open training session. Again, the video's up if you want to go back and watch that. But yeah, because of him having to forfeit, that's give Prince 3 points and a win next to his name tonight. So he could literally end up with being a double winner tonight, only fighting one match. Absolutely insane for Prince. And that's exactly what he'll be hoping for. It's what Spike, his dad, will be hoping for. His name is Prince because Spike's already mentioned that he's the heir to the throne, and the throne at the moment now is controlling everything that goes on in this universe of ours. So bright future for Prince. For, well, him and Lightning are the first champions in general, as well as being the first tag team champions here in our universe. So big moment in our universe here. This, I'm looking forward to it. I hope that you are too. We guys are sitting here together witnessing history right now, as is, you just saw there, Alex Charming on the outside. You gotta say, huge pressure on the shoulders of industry. Really, Dregs here and Cameron Oxley have got absolutely nothing to lose. the confidence and the momentum will definitely be with Industry, with the form that Prince in general, in particular, has been in. But we'll see how it all plays out. Nice Samoan drop there already from Dreg Slater. They are going to be extremely aggressive in this. There's no two ways about it. Cameron and Dregs, they realise the size of the opportunity they've got here. But not just that. They feel hard done by here at the moment in our universe, and that's really put a chip on their shoulder, where they're against opponents tonight, or the polar opposite of that. I mean, they've literally been gifted by Spike Jackson the tag titles, and people like Dregs and like Cameron are going to see that, and they're going to be like, they're just having everything handed to them. We're having to just scratch and claw even to get any exposure or any kind of matches here in this universe at the moment. So highly motivated definitely is what you would say about Dregs and KO at the moment. But look at the cheating going on here from the Industry. Dregs being dragged outside and then cheap shotted by Lightning, but this is what I mentioned about motivated. Even though that's happened, Dregs just took right back over in this match, but big suplex there, belly to belly suplex, not the overhead kind for a change. On the outside, and bang goes the face of Dregs onto the apron there. Shades of Cannon Diamond earlier. Whipped into the ring post, I think it's the ring post anyway, or it might just be the apron itself, over and over here by Prince Jackson. Is Dregs, and he's just been worn out. He's out on his feet at the moment. And what is on the mind of Prince? The announce table, and wow, the Industry have just defended their titles by getting a double count out. That's embarrassing for them, shameful, but I suppose, and it could be bad for me to say this because we know that Spike's going to be listening, but it's kind of what you're coming to expect of Industry at the moment. They really don't care. Prince and Lightning, you gotta say Alpha and Charming know that there is gonna be no repercussions for their actions with Spike being in charge of our universe at the moment. And you've just saw a great example of that there. No attempt to win this match fairly at all from the Industry, and it's a real shame that it's a bit anticlimactic. Historic match in the making, never really developed or turned out that way, but that is what you get with live, guys. That is unfortunately the outcome here. It's a double count out to end the show. What's been a good show as well. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. Maybe down the line this match happens again. We'll have to wait and see. I don't foresee Spike making them defend those titles again because of the outcome, because at the end of the day it's kept the gold within the Industry. But I could be wrong, you never know. That's the beauty of sport. It is so unpredictable. But that's going to be it for me tonight. Again, I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have, let me know. Show some love. The comments box down below. What do you think of how Industry is turning out at the moment? What do you think of Universe in general? What have you got any comments or anything that you'd like to share on this rivalry? I mean, it's been going on quite some time now between Dixon, Armstrong, George Blake and the franchise, and you got to throw Buster in there, I suppose, as well. And the other thing, like I mentioned earlier, any opinions on who you think on this roster right now? Keep in mind it has to be within the championship tournament, because that's how the fixtures roll at the moment. Who can stop HBK at the moment? Yeah, just anything you want to comment on, guys, use the comments box. any suggestions, as long as obviously that they're constructive. Do you like the way the universe in general is progressing at the moment? And anything that you want to add, really. Other than that, please do like and subscribe if you're enjoying, and I'll see you all soon for the next one. Bye bye.